Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining for the month of June Veterans Whiskey Club live stream. Thank you guys all for joining. We are going to drink some whiskey, talk about some military related topics, and it is the first Saturday of the month. That's what we do. So if you guys know of any veterans in your circle that need people to hang out with and chat with and whatnot, please let them know about the Veterans live stream. I'm going to pin the link because this is like an open bar setting. So anybody is more than welcome to jump on stage and hang out, have some drinks, join in on the conversation. And you guys in chat, want to see you guys participating as well. Let's see, throwing the link in the chat. There you go. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. It is already the month of June of 2024. This is absolutely wild. This year is cruising by. But let's go ahead and get to the first topic, the Veterans Whiskey of the Month. So this month, the Veterans Whiskey of the Month is the Horse Soldier Small Batch. Now, we've had the Horse Soldier Barrel Strength featured as one of the whiskeys of the month on a previous episode of the Veterans live stream. And this month, it is the Veterans Whiskey of the Month is the Horse Soldier Small Batch. Now, the Horse Soldier Small Batch, for those of you guys that don't know, their straight bourbon from Horse Soldier has a high rye mash bill. The small batch is a wheated mash bill. And they are small batches, and so not all small batches are created equal. The first time I tried it, it was not my favorite, but this one is much better than the first one I tried. And this bottle is signed by Vince, who we interviewed on the show. If you missed that, you've got to go back and watch that episode. It was definitely one of my favorite episodes we've ever done on the show. But let's go ahead and pour a glass because I need a drink. It's been a long day. So to you and yours, thanks for being here. Cheers to you. Oh, goodness. That's good. Good stuff. Whiskey Uncensored Bourbon is already in the house, and so is Tiller's Bourbon Challenge. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Big Cat's already here. What's up, Big Cat?
What's up, man? Cheers.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. How about you, man?
It was a long day. I'm just coming to the end of our annual training event, which I'll talk a little bit more when we get to that part of the night. Because based off of the AAR that we did last time, for those of you guys that don't know, an AAR is the after action review. And so in the Army, every time you complete a task, complete a mission, no matter if it's an in-house training or if it's an on the field, on the road mission, no matter what action you just complete, you do an after action review to talk about what went well and what could have gone better or what went wrong. That way you can just continue to improve with everything you and your unit does. And so last month for the Veterans live stream, Aaron, you were there.
Yeah.
And so was Z-Man. What's up, Z-Man?
What's going on, brother? Cheers to you
See you,
and all the vets out there.
Heck yeah, cheers to them. What's up, Lee? Lee's in the house. It's good to see you, Lee. But so at the end of the Veterans live stream last month, we had an AAR session where they were talking about doing a little, we discussed doing a little bit of restructuring. And so instead of saving the military news until the very end, we pushed it up earlier in the show. And we combined the share your bottles with the telling us about news going on with you and yours. Because part of this community of us getting together and discussing these things with each other is sharing things going on with our lives. So you have somebody else to share these things with, because you've got a lot of stuff going on in your life, and maybe some of you guys out there don't feel like you have a good outlet or a lot of people to talk to about it. And so this is that space. You know, we are at a virtual bar. Think about it. If you were in a real bar, you pull up, you start drinking with some people, and then next thing you know, you're telling them all about things going on in your life. Well, nowadays in our society, we don't have a lot of that going on as much as we used to. And so we're trying to recreate that in this environment in a safe manner to where nobody's drinking and driving. But we still get that good, solid community feel. Let's see. Bourbon Neophyte is in the house. Cheers. I got some water in your mug, Anthony. Make sure you guys are drinking more water than whiskey. Hydrate.
Oh. All right. Let me get
Hydrate.
some water.
Face out full. So Z-Man, if you didn't catch it, I've got the Horse Soldier small batch. I've got a signed bottle of the Horse Soldier small batch. The small batch is a wheated bourbon, so the secondary grain is wheat, and this straight bourbon from them is a high rye mash bill, and that's not advertised on the bottles. And so, if you don't know that, then you just don't know by looking at the bottle. But straight bourbon's got a high rye mash bill. The wheat and the barrel strength have a wheated mash bill, and this small batch is really good. What are you guys drinking on tonight?
I'm sipping on the Elijah Craig A124.
So you got some Elijah Craig going on, and Z-Man's got some Buffalo Trace.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Right. Great choices. Great choices, guys.
I just had a pour of the Murray Hill Club before this, so
Okay. How you like it?
I liked it. It's good.
Good. Big Cat, you try any samples yet? Oh, did you get some samples from Lee?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Him and son. Got a whole fucking box full.
dude, that's awesome. Lee's got an awesome collection. He really does. Not yet, Lee. Tiller Bourbon Challenge, you're drinking Buffalo Trace. Right on, buddy. Bryce is in the house from the PNW. Good to see you.
Cheers, Vivek.
Bourbon Baller Lee, what's up, Bryce? Vic's in the house. What's up, Vic? Cheers, Lee. Is that the bourbon?
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
What's going on there, Ben?
What's going on?
We're hanging out at the virtual bar, Veterans Livestream as usual. Just talked to them. First hit on the mark is the Veterans Whiskey of the Month, which is the Horse Soldier Small Batch. And just talking to people in the chat, see what you guys are drinking before we move on to the next category here. What do you got going on, Bourbon?
Well, I mean, I'm here. It's Veterans Night, so I guess where the hell is that giant bastard? I guess I gotta pour some of this, right?
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So if there's anybody watching this now or during the replay, if you, I told you guys, if you know a veteran, tell them about the live stream. But more importantly than that, you'll be able to find the links in the video description for the Warriors and Whiskey page and for the Veterans Whiskey Club social media groups. Warriors and Whiskey is like the overhead like parent group. They're the main company that started the social media pages for the Veterans Whiskey Club. There's a Veterans Cigar Club. So if you know a veteran that they might not be into whiskey, but they're into cigars, there is a Facebook page with thousands and thousands of members on it that are just veterans who enjoy cigars and enjoy talking about that. You can join that group. So between the Veterans Whiskey Club, the Veterans Cigar Club, and Warriors and Whiskey, there's well over 30,000 members nationwide. And that has grown significantly because this time last year it was about 22,000 or something. So they are growing rapidly. And so if you guys know some veterans that need to get into some circles, let them know about those groups. The links are in the description. And I'm the Washington State ambassador for the Warriors and Whiskey. And so help spread that word and help provide a place for you guys to have a medium to get together and whatnot.
Hey, Mark,
Appreciate you, brother.
Before I forget, at some point, do you think you could send me the link for the store where you can buy your merch? Because I tried looking it up and I couldn't find it.
Oh, you mean for the Northwest Bourbon?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if you click on the YouTube channel and click to about, or there's like a link tree.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Cheers to all the vets. Appreciate you. All right, so we're gonna move right into the next one. We already talked about the whiskey of the month, and the next one we always get together and honor the fallen. So every month, if you have a friend, family member, loved one, an old battle buddy, someone that you served with, or something that passed away in that month, or their birthday was in that month and they're no longer with us, this is a time that we honor them. And so now we're looking at the month of June. And now, even though we're looking at the month of June, the beginning of this week started off with Memorial Day. And so I wrote Memorial Day up here on Honor the Fallen because that's the significant time of year where we just take some time out to remember all of those that have fallen. So I wrote Memorial Day on there for myself. Because I didn't do a live stream on Memorial Day because I knew the Veterans Whiskey stream would be at the end of that same week. And so I just want to invite any of you guys on screen or any of you guys in the chat, if you know of anybody who either passed away during the month of June or their birthday was in the month of June, feel free to share. If you don't want to say out their real name, give me a nickname or something. I'll write it up on the board and we'll raise a glass to them together.
Yep.
So, I forgot last month, but last month was my grandpa's birthday, May 13th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he served in the Korean War. So,
Dude, that's crazy because my grandpa served in the Korean War and my sister's birthday is May 13th.
okay. Yeah, his name's Floyd.
All right, hey, thanks for sharing, Aaron. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
And I'm going to give you guys in the chat and Bourbon and Z-Man, if you have any contributions to that, anybody that you want to raise a glass to. I'm going to leave that open for a couple minutes while What's up, buddy?
I do, but do you have any?
No, I'm putting up Memorial Day as mine.
Okay.
You guys know I've got a lot of friends that I served with that are no longer with us. I believe the total number right now is 16 that I know of. But it just so happens to be the month of June is one that none of them either passed away in or had a birthday in.
Hey, man, small wins.
Yeah, and so I'm honoring Memorial Day as the day to remember all of them. And I got a special bottle that you guys know I pour to that. But go ahead, Bourbon.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my grandfather up there. Fell in June, and U.S. Marine, World War II in the South Pacific.
Oh wow! So was he with the Marines that were hopping islands? Dude,
He was island hopping.
Dude,
and his brother, and he was also a Purple Heart because his brother was also island hopping and was killed in a tank in the summer of 40, I think, or 41. I have to double check.
What a badass!
Yep. So I got to raise a glass to him.
So Bourbon's grandpa and you said your grandpa and who?
And his brother, Harry Golden. So Arnold and Harry Golden.
Your great uncle.
Yep.
Right?
Both in World War II.
Wow.
He came home, his brother didn't.
Oh, dude.
Both Marines. His brother was, I believe, a gunner.
That's crazy. My stepdad's brother was killed in the Korean War, and they didn't get his remains back for over 5 years later.
Damn.
And when you talk to him about that today, that still tears him up.
Yep.
Yeah, my grandpa, he always showed me pictures and stuff, and he talked about stuff from time to time, but I knew to never ask about shit. If he wanted to
Yeah.
share it, he would.
Right.
No, they never do.
No.
No. And I got a story for you. My dad was a World War II vet. Him and my mom were in a movie theater in 1944 when Pearl Harbor got attacked. And when they walked outside the movie theater, they were throwing newspapers on the ground that Pearl Harbor had got attacked.
Yeah.
And he was a communications guy. So he sat in a building with block walls, nothing was fucking ever seen. He never fucking talked about any of it. And in 1964, he was getting ready to retire, and they were getting ready to send him to Vietnam. And he asked him, where am I getting posted at? He said, you're in communications, you're getting set on top of a hill, and you're going to get shot at. So he just retired. And living out here in Arizona, the communications building, as you go into the Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, that building it looks like a square house, but there's fucking block walls over every window. You don't see outside. That's shit.
Well, more importantly, so outside can't see into you.
Correct.
Right.
But knowing that shit and how the premise behind it, I always really glass my pops on Veterans Day. Always.
Man, that's crazy. Hey, thanks for sharing that story, Z-Man.
Right on, brother.
I appreciate you. I'm gonna give anybody in the chat a minute to share anything that they want to share as well. I'm gonna drink some water in the meantime.
Right on.
But I
think I don't know if you're cool with me saying this, but you know what I do for a living. I got a friend of mine that went to Iraqi freedom, and then the comment he made to me was when he fucking came back out of that bullshit, and he never really wanted to talk about it, and he's kind of like the same age as you are, Mark.
29. No, I'm just kidding.
when guys come back from fucking war, they don't want to fucking talk about this shit. And a lot of people need to fucking understand is my buddy came back from Iraqi freedom, and he was so used to driving in a Hummer, and this is shit I can actually talk about. And he's busy looking up at buildings, looking for insurgents. And I'm like, why was that? And he goes, well, we're used to something that's going to get shot at. So we fucking always look to see what the fuck was going on. Yeah. And he worked with me for a while, and he was really uptight, couldn't get himself to fucking calm down. I'm like, dude, you need to find a way to get yourself into the mode where we're at right now, because this is all about us. You and I are watching each other's back. We're watching the individual watching. We're driving around town with somebody that's locked up, but you can't fucking act like this. And he goes, yeah, it's taking me a lot. I'm like, well, then get used to it. Get used to it. And he was like, all right. So I worked with him for a couple of years, and he eventually calmed down.
Good.
That shit will fuck you up.
Yeah. So what you're referencing is they call that operational stress, and so post-traumatic stress is usually from a single incident, like a car accident, you got in a firefight, you got blown up, and one of your friends died. A specific incident that happened that caused this post-traumatic stress. Like even when it comes to like on the civilian sector, like where you witnessed a horrific thing like a car crash or like you were beat by your spouse or whatever the case may be. So operational stress is when it's just an ongoing thing, to where what your buddy was talking about, I can totally relate to that. Every day you're getting up and going out on mission, and you've got to have this high alertness level. Your adrenaline gland is just being overworked, and it's messing with the chemistry in your body and your brain to where you're constantly at this irregular mode for a normal human's body, and so it creates a long-lasting effect, and they call that operational stress, as opposed
Correct.
to yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's definitely a thing, man.
Yeah. And then people always want to ask the questions of, what did you say? What went on? That's fucking irrelevant. It's not necessary to ask that. Just understand that the military's out there to keep us all alive,
Excuse me.
You're good,
Man.
all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and raise a glass to the fallen. I don't see anybody else in the chat throwing anything out there. I appreciate all three of you guys on screen sharing your stories. I've got my horse soldier and my special personally signed bottle that I do when I'm drinking a glass to the fallen, and so I just want to raise it up and tell you guys that all you and yours that you've lost, we remember them. We are thinking about them, saying their name. And so therefore they are not forgotten and they are honored in what they did. So lest we forget, until Valhalla, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, my dad. Mm.
Yeah, that's not a sipper cheers. That's a kill what's in your glass cheers.
Yeah, it is. It sure is. Hey, so all of you guys that are here, especially you guys on screen, thanks for joining me in that. I appreciate you guys.
Brother.
Right on.
Yep. And any of you guys watching us live, the link is pinned. So all you have to do is click that link and you can come in and join in the conversation and have some drinks with us. And we're going to move to the next category, which is military news. So we're going to go ahead and talk about what's going on in the military today.
Mark,
I went ahead and looked up
how
many service members are currently deployed. It's the same as last month. There's hundreds of thousands of U.S. Service members that are currently deployed, and there's a lot of things we don't hear about in the news. Is that Carlos? What's up, Carlos? Good to see you,
Cheers,
buddy.
Carlos. Get on here, brother.
Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Say hi.
All right, so let's go from big to small. What do we got here? We're just gonna do a quick look. What the heck is that? Sorry, I've got a bunch of tabs open on the other side here.
Close them all down.
Mark, I just want to say if you start getting a full house and you need a spot for a vet, toss me because I'm not actually one. I've got plenty of family, but I got the honor. So if you need the room, you could draw me first.
I appreciate you, man. So first look is at the war in the Ukraine-Russia war, craziness going on. There's a live map that shows you where the troops are and what the most recent actions on were. You can see the Russians have made it all the way down to the water. They're trying to cut off them a secure route down here to take over the port here. On this live map, everything you click on will show you the most recent action that's been reported, whether it's small arms fire, whether it's small artillery or mortars or small arms fire. This interactive map is crazy, but it shows you there is a lot of nonsense going on over there that they are not really talking about on the news anymore.
No. Yeah, you don't see that shit out there. And I don't know why Russia's even fucking doing that shit. Leave me the fuck alone. When I'm done.
Let's see. Get out of here with that.
Cheers, Carlos, if you haven't heard me already.
Ready for
the road trip.
I've even got an extra seat.
Bro, come on. You know we don't want to see that.
Nothing says military news like Minions.
Goodness gracious, man. All right, so here's some drone footage that you won't really see on any major news network that shows a bunch of craziness going on in Ukraine, where this city just looks freaking demolished.
Wow. Yeah, and that ain't a military complex. Those are houses. Those are
right. It's a residential.
Yeah.
And where is this at?
In Ukraine.
Yeah, imagine we did that, or imagine Israel did that in Gaza or something right now. It would be front page news for the worst people on the planet. Now look at this shit.
Yep.
Yeah, Big Cat. Russia's trying to take over Ukraine. That's all it is.
No, I know that.
They're blowing up innocent people.
Yeah, I know that. I just wasn't sure where it was at first. That's why I asked.
Right, and that's not footage from a year ago when the news was talking about. That footage was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like a lot of nonsense going on.
Fuck the news, man.
Yeah, fuck Putin. Piece of shit.
Let's see. Putin is a dick.
Yeah.
Next, let's the most recent update from
Israel's military appears to be pushing on with its offensive in Rafah. Israeli tanks are now in the center of the city for the first time. Now, the White House says Israel hasn't crossed any red lines in Rafah, but is warning against escalating the operation. Brett Clenich now from Tel Aviv for more.
If the fucking American military could get involved in it.
So what can you tell us? What's the latest there?
God damn.
Dan, we're hearing more reports in Rafah that there's been more Israeli airstrikes and that tanks had mounted raids in central and western areas of the country. Now, a senior World Health Organization official has also warned that Rafah's last hospital was barely functional and that a full incursion by Israeli troops could lead to its closure and a substantial.
All right, so seeing that,
because they're using it to launch rockets out of.
Yeah, so seeing that just made me curious about Rafah, so I looked that up. It's wild seeing a tank in a more modernized city. You know what I mean? Like seeing tanks in like third world countries like Afghanistan and stuff is okay. I mean, but seeing them in a more modern country like that is kind of crazy. So that made me think, where is Rafah? Right. So you see here. This is a picture of some center of the city part of Rafah, and here it is. It's pretty close to the water. Now, if you guys don't know what this water is, it's the Mediterranean. And so, if you zoom out, you'll see this strip, which is called Gaza, and then the strip continues on, and it makes sure that Israel has absolutely no access to the Mediterranean Sea. And so along the borders of Israel, all the borders here are owned by Palestine, Gaza, that whole thing that kind of cuts them off from their access to that. And so I was just kind of giving context. We just saw the tanks in Rafah. And so it looks like from Israel, they're moving towards the water.
Yeah.
So that gives a little bit of perspective on what's going on both of the two really big wars going on in the world right now. Ukraine and Russia, and with Palestine, Israel. There is a lot going on, man. If you can get down a rabbit hole and spend your entire day just reading more and more about that.
Yeah.
And like I said before, it's something the news isn't talking about. They're too busy talking about Taylor Swift and all kinds of other nonsense. Let's see.
I mean, Mark, if it's any consolation, you're sexier than Taylor Swift.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Bourbon,
Yeah.
how you flatter me. All right, the Space Force gets the nod to come to the Space Coast. And if you come down a little bit and read about what's going on with the Space Force. So they're getting a bigger physical location. So you know what happens when somebody gets a bigger piece of real estate? They start filling it up. It doesn't matter if it's you buying a bigger house or a business buying a bigger facility or a military unit getting into a new structure. They're going to start filling that out. So all that tells me is the Space Force is just going to get bigger. And I thought that was super interesting and wanted to throw that out there, but also wanted to pair that with another story I read about
UFOs?
About the Air Force's controversial plan to transfer National Guard's unit to the Space Force gets gutted by the House. And so the House voted against the Air National Guard. So you guys know that there's the National Guard from the Army, and there's the Air National Guard from the Air Force. Now, so what most people don't know is that in the Air National Guard, National Guard is run by governor as opposed to big Army or big Air Force, which is federal. And so they were talking about potentially making the more space-focused Air National Guard units a part of the Space Force. And that got shut down by all the governors and the House so that they wouldn't lose those assets. Because you've got the Air National Guard that has space-focused units. And they were talking about moving them to the Space Force. And that got shut down. They don't want to do that. Well, other parties don't want to do that. That doesn't mean the subject matter experts don't want to do that, because or else it wouldn't have been something that they proposed. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so
gotta do another All American pour here.
Oh, nice! You got some Horse Soldier barrel strength.
121.5.
Nice. Wait, 121.5?
Yep.
I think their newer stuff is higher, Mark.
Hanging over.
A buddy of mine recently.
I think their newer bottles are actually higher than when me and you got ours.
They're, they're
Yeah, this one's a 121.1. So that's really close to that. And the highest proof I've ever seen is this 124.6.
I recently heard a buddy of mine down in Texas, you might know him too, saw 128.
What?
Yeah.
I've never seen a Horse Soldier that high.
Well, here's folks.
Gotta go, Mark. Cheers, bro.
All right, Z-Man. Hey, thanks for coming in, buddy. I missed Marvin coming in. What's up, Marvin? It's good to see you, buddy.
Bit of a quiet stream this month.
Yeah.
Last month we were rocking and rolling.
Yeah, true story.
There's been a lot going on.
Well, a lot of people are having streams tonight too, so
I thought most of them shut down now, though.
I don't know.
I think a lot of people have been hitting pretty hard tonight, also, and the last few days.
Yeah,
dude, I hit it hard last weekend. Fuck. I took the whole week off, dude. I'm like, fuck that shit. I need a break.
All right, so like I was saying, I wanted to just when hitting the military news, I wanted to remind everybody how many troops are deployed right now. Some of the big conflicts going in the world, with Israel and Palestine, and with Russia and Ukraine. Those are both still really hot and heavy, although you don't really hear about the Ukraine and Russia one as much. But that's actually a lot more static than the other one. I also wanted to talk about the Space Force and how they're trying to grow, but also some of their growth is being held down by the National Guard units that should go to them. And lastly, I wanted to bring up a subject that is very relatable to me. Is that there's a lot of challenges when it comes to sleep habits and sleep patterns when it comes to veterans of my generation. One of the questions we get constantly asked when we're getting checked on is, are you having trouble falling asleep, or are you having trouble waking up? And for me, it's both. And so for many years, I was very comfortable with staying up all night and waking up early and just getting like 3 or 4 hours of sleep and functioning on a high level. But just in this last year, I've been finding it harder and harder to get up in the morning. When it used to be, I'd stay up all night and then just wake up super early and run all day, just burning it hard at both ends. And I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what, but now I'm starting to get it on both sides where I can't sleep at night, but then when I do fall asleep, I have a hard time getting up. And so I was really happy that the Military Times, one of the biggest news producers for military news, put out a whole article based on the sleep challenges for the veterans of the 9/11, the post 9/11 veterans. And so it's an interesting article. They're doing a lot of sleep studies and research into other things associated with it, like muscle pain, tenderness, fatigue. Like all that stuff comes from lack of sleep, and it just gets worse and worse as it goes. And the nightmares don't help either.
Yeah, I don't sleep very good anymore.
Yeah, and so I wanted to share that with you because I was really, really happy that the Military Times just put out an article on that recently, which actually that article came out yesterday. And I was just happy to see that it's not only an issue that they're aware of, but they're starting to be more public about talking about. You know what I mean? And so it's an issue. So if you guys, any of you guys watching, know of veterans that might be having trouble in that area, there's a lot of people out there doing studies and trying to find ways to help those veterans, and which makes me happy because at least somebody's out there trying.
Yeah. Hey, man, don't discredit yourself. You're out here trying too.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate you. All right, so
he has a little trouble because he's always tripping over his giant hog.
So we talked about the big wars. We talked about Space Force. And we talked about sleep studies. So we started off on a global scale. We went to a departmental scale, then we went to an individual scale. Talking about just a brief couple issues going on in military news right now.
So Mark, this may be a stupid question, but what is the Space Force? Like, educate me on that.
No stupid questions, just stupid people.
I haven't really heard too much about that. So what is that?
They're the ones fighting the aliens, dude.
Okay, so it used to be a section of the Air Force that was more focused on what's going on in our outer atmospheric levels, as opposed to internal, right? So I don't know if those are the guys that are also tracking what kind of meteors are coming towards Earth, or if they're just focused on making sure other countries don't.
There actually is a planetary defense division.
Right, and so you're getting into multiple levels of not only asteroids, but also like satellites, like other countries trying to hack satellites. There's, I don't know because I'm not in the Space Force, so I need to back up and preface it with that because I can't talk about something that I don't know that much about. You know what I mean? Like, kind of the same thing if I asked you about the coal miners union and stuff like that. You'd be like, well, I know a little bit, I guess. You know what I mean? So just because I work for the Department of Defense doesn't mean I know a lot about the Space Force. But from what I've read and from what I've read, what I know and what I've heard,
Trust your sources.
it has to do with just like Ben said, planetary protection. And so to me, that says asteroids, that says people hacking satellites. That means people putting up satellites that are intended for like kind of counterintelligence and spying purposes only, like tracking that kind of stuff. So offense and defense, being ahead of the game, kind of a thing.
And maybe UFOs.
Maybe what?
UFOs.
UFOs?
UFOs, you know. UAPs.
Oh, yeah. So, alien. Yes.
So it sounds then like that's a newer thing then. So not a lot of people know about it.
It just came into it being its own branch when President Trump was in office.
Okay.
He I don't know what he did.
Makes you wonder if he read some shit. And when,
right. But the Space Force, no, there's no question about it. The Space Force became a thing when Trump was in office.
Okay.
And their actual insignia looks a lot like the Star Trek logo.
It sure does. It sure does. I think that had to be on purpose, dude. There's some nerd up there with a lot of brass on him that.
Well, thank you, because I didn't know nothing about that. So
yeah, and like I said,
United Federation of Planets on it. I'm just saying.
Yep. So, like I said, I'm not in the Space Force, but I can only tell you from the perspective of somebody who has read things and who knows a little bit about the Department of Defense, not very much, and I've just heard things and read things, but if I was in the Space Force, I'd be able to tell you more, but I'm not. All right, so next up is our news. So we went from military news to our news, and before last week, this was the time where we talked about like new bottles we got or new things going on in our life, and so I combined those into one section. So it was like, what is going on with you in your world? Because, like I said, if we were getting together, having drinks in person, the conversation would start eventually getting towards like what's going on in your life, right?
Simple.
And that is something that this community is lacking a little bit, to where we have that sense of camaraderie and community because we actually know what's going on with each other.
So I got a huge one. Bonnie's sister gave birth yesterday, and we got a new baby girl. We went and met her today. We hung out.
So you have a new niece.
Yeah.
Congrats, man.
So yeah. We literally, I got back at 11:30 from being at the hospital with her. So,
cheers, buddy.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yep.
You get another uncle tab.
There you go. So that's the best news I got for you for June so far.
Oh, Bill Reynolds is in the house. It's late for you, buddy. I hope you're doing all right. I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you, and I hope you're doing well. I look forward to hearing anything you want to share, buddy. So, Aaron, when you first jumped on, I let you know that we were doing our annual training event, to where every single day, the entire unit is there at the office that I usually work at because we're doing our annual training event. We did the M4 range. We did the PT test. We've had tons of classes. We've done some field problems. Our culminating event of the entire year is built up towards our annual training. And usually we go to Kentucky, but this year we didn't go to Kentucky. We stayed back this year to, yeah, big time boo. We stayed back this year with the intent of doing some self-training and getting ourselves ready to be more prepared to go to Kentucky next year, right? Because our mission next year will be bigger than previous years, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so got to give a lot of classes. Some of the highlights that I want to share with you guys is, of course, we went to the M4 range, which was a lot of fun. We did the PT test, which I had a better score this year than I did last year. And so I did better with my physical training test than I did last year, which was awesome and surprising because I thought I was going to do worse this year because I was on live stream with Ben and Joe the night before. But I'm just saying, I was very happy I got a better score this year. And one of my other highlights is the commander approved me giving a class on how to give a class because my unit is comprised of instructors. Like we are an instructor unit. Our job is to go and train ROTC cadets on how to do Army stuff. And so our whole thing is giving classes and blocks of instruction. But in the 5 years I've been in this unit, I've never seen anybody taught how to give a class. And so I created a brief on briefing, or a class on giving a class. And it went really well. That all the members of my unit, there was almost 100 people in front of me while I'm up there on stage, like giving them a class on how to give a class. And I got a lot of positive feedback. They really enjoyed it. And so I felt really glad that not only the commander approved my idea to give a class on how to give a class, but the members of the audience gave me feedback that they really enjoyed it and they thought I should have done it sooner. It was really rewarding. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Congrats.
He just Jimmy Russelled all of them. That's all.
So I put my annual training up there next to Bourbon's new niece. Big Cat or anybody in the chat have anything new going on in their life? Like if you got any new bottles of whiskey this month, if you got anything going on with your job or your family or your social life, anything new, good or bad that you want to share.
I don't really care about sharing the bottles because that's kind of besides the point. But you know, I said it last time and I'll say it again. I'm glad that I'm healthy enough to be working and work is going good for me so far. And of course, I'm always investing. A lot of my money goes to myself. You know, I got to put money back into my business. So I'm glad that it's just going good enough to where I have work and, you know, I'm just happy. So,
dude, that's great. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for sharing, buddy.
Yeah, no problem.
ASMR is in the house. What's up, Andrew? Good to see you. My daughter is about 10 weeks away from being a JROTC cadet. Dude, that is freaking awesome. And a lot of schools have great JROTC programs. The unit I'm in is a ROTC instructor unit, like I just said. And so the JROTC programs going on in the local high schools will reach out to us. And so I've mentioned on these live streams a couple times before, I've gotten to go to local high schools and be a judge when they're doing their competitions and stuff like that. And so I'll be able to talk to these high schoolers face to face and tell them about areas they can improve or things that they're doing really well. And, you know, give them a graded, like a scored judge on how they perform when they're doing their competitions. And I've gotten some great interaction with today's youth, which gives me a lot of hope, man, because what I see on social media, doesn't give you very much hope. But when you actually see those kids in real life, they're doing fantastic things. And so, Andrew, I'm really happy that your daughter is going to be in one of those JROTC programs, because they're doing great things. They form great bonds with each other, and it's just good stuff. It's things kids nowadays really need. It just is. So I wrote down Andrew's daughter, so we can have that on the board, that we're celebrating that, because that's really freaking cool. I like it.
Yep.
All right, I want to give you a minute. Does anybody else out there want to share anything about what's going on with them, whether it's positive or things they need to work on, job, family, social, anything going on with you, to put on our news that we're sharing with each other, because you need someone to share. Oh, Ben from the north is in the house. What's up, Ben? Thanks, Americans. Hey, thanks, Ben. I appreciate you being here. Good friend of the channel. Ben, I got to tell you, I really enjoy chatting with you on a regular basis. That dude hits me up almost every day. Ben Demon Hunter up in Canada. Good friend of the channel. Good dude.
He's all right.
I'm going to do one more pour out of the Horse Soldier small batch, because this bottle's running a little bit low over here. And I got it featured as the Veteran Whiskey of the Month. I don't feel like killing it tonight.
I don't have that one, but I do have the the cast strength. That's what I'm drinking right now.
Right. Hey, Ben, with your knowledge of whiskey, first question, have you ever seen, if you look at that Horse Soldier bottle, it says barrel strength.
Yep.
So have you ever heard any defining difference between barrel strength and cast strength? Or is it just marketing, like they use the verbiage?
So I honestly forget right now if it is an actual law, federal law, or if it's just a guideline. But generally, when you see barrel strength, it means it is at or very close to barrel entry proof.
So it's close to, if not barrel entry proof.
Right. But I don't think it's a legal definition.
Right. Like how foolproof they bring it down to the barrel entry proof, right?
Right. Barrel proof I think is a
kind of like cast strength and barrel proof. I think, I'm not sure, but to me, both of them are that they don't proof it. They don't change the proof at all to where what it is at the barrel when they pour it.
You got Troy. You got Troy from Baker Drinks on the chat, Mark.
Oh, Troy from
and Ben Demon Hunter's got something for the board.
Laura's home and doing well. No stamina. She's up for a couple hours. She needs a nap. May push the stream later. I'll do 22 push-ups. Yeah, good reminder. Good reminder. Troy. Yeah. So usually what we do is after we honor the fallen, usually right after honoring the fallen, we do 22 push-ups for those of the fallen that took their own lives. And we didn't do that tonight, so we're going to make that up right now. So all of you guys that are willing and able to do 22 push-ups to recognize there's an average of 22 soldiers or military service members per day that take their own lives. We do 22 push-ups a day to help spread the awareness. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Hey, thanks for that reminder, Troy. We totally skipped over that earlier.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hey, man, me and you were in sync, bro. When you were calling that out, I'm like, yep, I'm about the same one as Mark. Let's go, dude.
Nice, Aaron. Appreciate you, man. So,
Dude,
Ben, oldest turns 15 tomorrow.
I've been practicing, man. I've been doing my 22 a day. So sometimes multiple sets.
Good, Aaron. I'm proud of you, man. I really am.
And you know I'm a big guy, so 22 for me that's pretty good, you know.
Yep.
We're getting somewhere.
It is, absolutely,
The problem is
man.
Floor after the 22 when you hit my age and fatness. God damn it. No.
Ben Demon Hunter, yeah. Dude, when you get to those age ranges, it really, really starts to vary.
Well, I also don't have much floor space here, so that makes it a challenge too.
Yeah, it does. So I actually forgot something before we move on from our news. Before we move on, forgot to tell you guys, day before yesterday was my the newest addition to the team, my newest son. It was his first birthday.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
So my little man that I feel like I was just talking to you guys about a month ago being born, he turned 1 day before yesterday.
Damn, dude.
Isn't that crazy? It feels like he just got here. It's already been a year.
Yeah. Next
Congrats,
thing
man.
you having your first whiskey with him.
Right?
And he'd be like, damn, Dad, you're old.
And I'm like, oh, roger that. Let's do push-ups.
Hey, I just did Fat Man push-ups, so you know.
Yeah, roger that, dude.
Hey,
The
man.
the push-ups. The problem is the getting down and getting up.
As long as you did something, that's all that matters, Ben.
We're 40 miles today. Hey, Bill, cheers to you, buddy. Congrats, proud puppy. Oh, dude, I'm so proud of my kids, dude. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Love my kiddos. So I got to say once again, thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate you guys.
I wouldn't miss it. Bro, I'm gonna say this right now. I was gonna wait till the backstage, but when you introduced me to that man at the party, you know, the guy that was your former leader
Yeah,
who taught you stuff.
yeah.
You know, like the way you introduced me to him, I'm not gonna lie, bro, that made me feel good. I was like, damn. You know, it was an honor to meet him and to hear your guys' story.
Yep.
You know, that was really cool.
Dude, I appreciate that feedback. Ben, Bourbon, you would have loved to be there, man. So Aaron was at that get together. Say again?
It's your fault for living 3,000 fucking miles away.
So we were at Charred and Twisted. Like me and him were in this same squad together. Me and Will from Charred and Twisted. And Greg was there. Sergeant Wilson, who was my first squad leader when I came to the unit that I'm in now. And then the one Aaron's talking about is Kevin, a.k.a. Sergeant Peterman, who was the training NCO of our unit, of our team, rather. And when we went to Kentucky that year together, he was the head guy in charge of our lane, right? The NCOIC, the non-commissioned officer in charge of everything that was happening on our lane. And he was a guy that could kind of get a feel for people's talents and put them in the spots that he thought they would work best, and then just let them do their thing. It was like the opposite of micromanaging. It was like, I know what you can do well, so I'm going to put you in this spot and let you do your thing. And me and him just created this like great friendship from how good of a leader he was. And so that's the guy that Aaron's referring to.
He's a good guy, man.
Yeah, me and him have so much love for each other. He's a good dude. Good dude. But thanks for saying that, Aaron. I appreciate that feedback, man, because sometimes when you say little things, like you mentioned certain little things along the way, you don't know how much other people are picking up on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't always get that feedback from people telling you if there was any impact on them at all. Because
Yeah.
some people, it's like you can tell them the craziest stories and they'll roll right off their back, like
Yep.
you were talking about going to Walmart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It made me feel that much more proud to be your friend, you know?
Oh, dude. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. So we're talking about our news. If anybody in the chat or anybody on screen, like any of you guys has anything else you want to throw into what's happening with you, what's happening with your life, any new bottles you want to show off or anything like that. If you have anything else you want to share,
Screw the bottles, dude. We got real life shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
We got kids, we got nephews, we got nieces. You know what I mean? Like the bottles,
Yeah, we've got
they're
some
cool. Yeah, it's whiskey.
No, we've got
think
some great.
we got to put a limiter. I'll save this for the AAR. It's an idea for the AAR, so I'll save it for the AAR.
All right, let's. Oh, B Bowers in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. So let's move on to the AAR. That's the after action review, where we talk about how this mission went, how tonight went, what went really well, what could have gone better. If we were going to do this again next month, which we are going to do, what should we keep the same? What should we do different?
So I'll go first because I was here last month and I thought we agreed on adding this, but I know you're busy, you got work and you're teaching kids and doing different stuff, but I know we all talked about putting a segment of history, whether it was the same month that we're in, you know, that happens within the military or adding something like that. Because I was the one that was like, yo, that'd be super cool. Because I remember when you did the Devil's Brigade, that little section. I love that shit, dude. I love history. So I just want to re-implement. Like we should add a little section of history.
I hear you, Aaron. I do 100% history section. And just like last month, I'm going to fully agree with you this month as well. And like I've already talked about before, all this week and all last week, I was doing the annual training event with my unit right now. And so preparing stuff for tonight was way more limited than any other month that I've done this.
All right. So here you go, Mark. Mark, we're going to do it right now. Give us something cool in the history of your unit. I'm sure you got something, some story, something cool, something they done.
In the unit that I'm in right now?
Yeah. Or your prior units. One of your prior units. A story, something. Hit us with something.
The first unit I was in was the 10th Mountain Division.
Yep.
And so they're no joke. Everybody's heard of them. They've done some great things in multiple wars across everything. But very little people know that in the Mogadishu incident in Somalia, when the Black Hawk Down thing went down, the unit that came in and provided overall security for all of them to get out of there was the 10th Mountain.
Okay.
Boom. There you go. There's some history. They just hit you with some history.
Yeah.
I'm super proud to be a part of that unit's history. I deployed twice with those guys to Afghanistan, and I'm telling you, but across their brigades, they were going like they had 2 brigades going to Iraq and 2 brigades going to Afghanistan every other year. And so they were there constantly throughout the whole conflicts in both of those countries. You can't say enough about them. So I'm just proud to be a part of them. But thank you for proposing that, Ben and Aaron. Aaron, like I said last month, I totally agree with you. It'd be a lot of fun to say, dude, this month of June in World War II or in Korea or whatever, like this and this happened. Absolutely crazy. Let's raise a glass to those boys. I 100% agree that we should do that. But this month I wasn't able to do that due to my time constraints.
No, you're good.
Mhm.
I just wanted to remind you, you know.
No, I love the reminder. I love the reminder. So a history section is on there. It's going to be done.
All right, so mine, this whole bottle business that we kind of lessened this month.
Yeah.
I think it needs to have a line drawn on it that it has to be a unicorn, your personal unicorn, or a unicorn bottle. If you're going to bring it up in your own news, it can't be, I picked up a pick from the local store. It's got to be,
I've been searching for this and I finally found it.
right. Or I got blessed with a BTAC or a Pappy or
Yeah.
a birthday, one of those bottles that's like, put it on par with your kid's birthday.
Right.
Like, it's got to be banging to hit the report, is what I'm saying.
I feel you. What's up, Tommy?
What up, guys?
Oh,
Good to see you, bud.
Oh, the Space Force is here.
I was never part of the Space Force, bitch.
Yes, you were.
No, I was not. I was Air Force, buddy.
Right. And the
Aim
Air Force,
high. Aim high.
the Air Force-
I didn't
the
go
Air
that
Force-
high.
Aim high.
right. But the Air Force,
Hey,
But not
cheers.
that high.
but
Hey,
the Air
good to
Force,
see you.
hang on. The Air Force and the Space Force popped out.
You broke up there, Ben. I didn't hear you.
I said the Air Force spread her legs and the Space Force popped out.
Okay, sure.
You can't deny that shit.
I can't, dude. The base I retired from is now a Space Force base. It's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Oh well.
All right, so Ben, you were saying that you thought it was good to limit the "What have we bought this month" section.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's got to be
Yeah, I agree.
something that everybody's going to go, God damn.
It needs to be something special if it's going to be about a veteran stream to me. Like,
Yeah. I will give a
Well,
caveat.
to be
Unless-
honest, though, hold on.
Yeah, go. I think we're on
Like,
the same page.
Where I'm at, when I go to the base to buy stuff, they just have the basics. Every now and then, like the last, I found B and C of Elijah Craig Burrow Proof last year, and that's amazing. They don't really get a lot of good allocated stuff or kind of good stuff on base.
That's very true.
But there's other bases I've seen. Mark can attest for it.
Yep.
I've seen other people on
What's up, Mark?
Facebook just kind of going crazy with what they're finding at the NEXs and the other PXs and shit. And I'm like, why is Randolph, get so much good shit?
Yep. I'll see those ones on Facebook and stuff and be like, what? How come they have a whole end cap of Blantons?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, even your stuff, Mark, your base, your class 6 up there is huge.
It is.
Mine
It's
around
huge.
here isn't. I've discovered that. So I discovered it in Little Rock, Arkansas, and I discovered it down in Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs, however, Peterson Space Force Base now. That's Space Force headquarters. They have a gas station for their
see
class 6.
Well, Tommy, just wait till
So-
you're over in Japan and you're popping on and being like, look at this 20-year-old turkey I just bought. Look at all these different colored Blantons I just picked up
I
today.
can't think that way, Ben. I can't. It's too far out. I can't get that hyper excited about it yet.
No, but you can't get excited about it, but you're going to be making all of us drool.
Dude, I'm gonna pop on. My first stream is gonna be fucking Jameson. Look at what I got.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
Well, you guys have seen I've thrown up video of the Class 6 on Fort Knox, Kentucky. They just moved their Class 6, I think 2 years ago. They
Class 6
they shut down their old Class 6 and they moved it into a new building, and
Oh, wow.
it's huge and it's beautiful, but it's weird because it's open floor and the other half of it is a furniture store.
Yeah.
And so you're over there in the whiskey aisle and you look to your 6 directly behind you is a new couch.
That's the most PX shit you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Like, so the only like base type store I've ever been to was the PX at the VA my father worked at.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was amazing because you'd have like underwear here and big screen TVs here. They didn't have boobs, but you know, they had all kinds of crazy shit. They had perfume here, Rolexes here, and
Oh, yeah.
Hanes over here. You
Yeah.
know?
They get a little hodgepodge of everything. It's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, most class sixes is the term they use for liquor stores. That's where you get your
Okay.
booze and shit.
I didn't know that. All right.
You
Yeah,
can get
I've only been to a PX, but maybe when I see Mark next, maybe we'll go to a classic.
so PX is the post exchange.
Yeah.
Air Force uses BX, which is
Base
the base
exchange.
exchange.
Yep.
And then you got the Navy, which is NEX, Navy exchange.
Mhm.
They have to add an extra E in there.
For
I don't know
no
if
reason.
All right, but
For no reason.
yeah, no idea. I tell you what, the best place I've been to is the NEX in Hawaii on Pearl Harbor.
Really?
That's a 2-story thing. It's
What?
crazy. Well,
Tommy, what are you drinking?
it's a long story, but I was drinking Michter's 10 years from last year.
Oh, nice.
I got a sample of the rye and I got a sample of the bourbon from Ed,
Okay.
the barbecue guy,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then I fucked up. So before I came online or whatever, I took a shower because I was cutting the grass and shit, and I used a really fragrant soap on my beard. And so when
Yeah.
I'm smelling them, I poured them and I'm smelling them. I only poured half of them. Well, I'm like, no, I can't really smell them. I'm smelling my beard, so I'm going to pour them back, and then at a later date I'll do it. I screwed up and I poured the bourbon into the fucking rye sample bottle for my Glen. So I made a burr.
Oh.
I bet it fucking was amazing.
It was pretty good, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I bet it was
He
good.
had Victor's
So-
10 Burai.
Yeah.
Ah.
So I drank the rye and I drank the bourbon and then I drank the burr rye, and it's pretty good.
You know what? I got something sitting right here that'll match that pour.
And then I there you go.
That's a good one right there. I've tried that.
And then I drank this from Joe. And
Oh,
this,
I think I tried the 2019 one.
this has the Booker's 30 rye
There
in
we
it.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonnie
Yeah.
has that. That's Bonnie's pour right there. It's sitting right there.
The 2019 one?
No, the Joe blend with Booker's rye in it.
Oh, okay.
Bonnie won it and Tommy D won it. So it's went to bed.
Joe just sent out samples. It was
Tommy,
pretty cool.
I'm gonna have 2018 High West pour rye to match that pour.
I'm gonna drink a little Wyoming single barrel rye.
Nice.
Mm.
All right. So, is there anything else you guys want to add to the AAR? Something that we should sustain?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I know you were busy this month, but this stream needs more promotion.
Okay.
We need to put the word out. It needs to go on Facebook groups more. It needs to go on more channels. You know, community.
To be honest, Mark, I saw you were coming on tonight, but I didn't realize it was the veterans one.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Mark's been real busy this month, but I'm just saying this stream needs to get out more.
I
I
appreciate
didn't think
that.
about
So,
being the first Saturday of the month.
more promotion.
Yep.
I don't know how you can do that, just other than maybe shorts or something. I don't know.
No, well, you do shorts. You could drop it in some of the big channels, Facebook pages. Could put it on Instagram. Could put it, you know, like I said, different channels could put it in their community posts. I'm guilty. I did it last month. I didn't do it this month. I'm saying
Oh,
more.
you're good.
promotion.
I know. I appreciate that. So, when it comes to what we should do again next month and what we should change or make better next month, is there any other final things before we close out the AAR?
So, are you talking July, right?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, there's a big thing 4th of July in July.
Yeah.
So,
Which
don't know
I
if you
think
wanna-
that's on a Thursday.
right.
So the veterans live stream will be on the 6th.
Oh shit! My stream this year is going to be on July 4th. Oh fuck! We're gonna have an all American. I expect you to.
You could. I don't know. You could still kind of just rip up the patriotic. Come on with as Uncle Sam or something there, Mark.
Yep.
Or something.
I'm proud to be an American.
Yeah, there you go. Sing some Lee Greenwood.
I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me.
Absolutely.
At
Oh,
least-
any-
Yeah, how you
else?
doing, buddy?
So, any of you guys watching live or on the screen have any other constructive criticism, good or bad?
No, that's it, man.
All right.
Your hair's a little long.
Oh, yeah, I'm half a hippie over here, huh?
I was just saying, Mark looks tight and right to me.
That's
Crazy.
not a hockey puck up there. He's Army. Come on. That's the Marine Corps.
All right,
Just
guys.
tights.
Hey, greatly appreciate all you guys being here. I've said it before. I'll say it again. We talked about our Veterans Whiskey of the Month, which was Horse Soldier's Small Batch, which is a darn good pour, but it also varies per small batch. And so if you get one of their small batches that isn't great, I'm telling you, find another one. And the first one I tried, I didn't really like. This one that I've got now, I almost killed it tonight because I really like this one. What else? We talked about honoring the fallen. So the beginning of this week, we started this week with Memorial Day. And so this week was a very heavy week when it comes to remembering the fallen. So I appreciate all you guys being there and going through that with me. Military news, we talked about on a global scale, on a departmental scale, and on a individual scale. We talked about some good news stories tonight. We talked about our news. Bourbon got a new niece. He's an uncle again.
Oh, congrats, man.
Yep. So Big Cat, Ben, Andrew. There's a lot of people that contribute to our personal news that helps us grow as a community because we're telling each other about things going on in our life, which we would do naturally if we were in person. And so
And
in
it
this
was
setting,
hang on, and it was Mark's son's first birthday.
yeah, it very much was. Day
Really?
before yesterday was my son's first birthday. And
Wow, congratulations. Happy birthday to the
You
little guy.
can't highlight mine without highlighting your own. I'm sorry. There's an AER. If you're going to highlight somebody else's, you got to highlight your own.
What did you guys do, Mark?
Put right here it says my son's first birthday.
You didn't talk about it now.
Mark, what'd you guys do for it?
Say again?
What'd you do for it for the birthday?
Oh, we're having his party next weekend because I'm doing our annual training right now.
Oh, okay.
And so
I'm still waiting for my invitation. I'm just saying.
all day long. I don't get home until dinner time. And so but it was still significant to me, and I'm gonna try not to get too emotional, but I have 3 kids. Okay. I have a 13-year-old son, a 10-year-old daughter that's going to be 11 in 2 weeks, and I have my 1-year-old. And so this was the first kid that I was in America for his first birthday.
That's cool, buddy. That's cool.
With both of my older kids, I was in Afghanistan for their first birthdays, and I missed them both.
Yeah.
Cheers to that, man.
That's dedication, though. That's the dedication.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that, you know?
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're thankful, but you're also making it that they could have their birthdays.
Yeah.
I'm trying, man.
That's what you got to do something special for that. You got.
I only
You
got
gotta-
one answer to that.
Mark, you got to do something that special that you'll remember, that you'll
Mark,
not right now, not drinking or whatever. I mean to celebrate your son's
all right. Well,
birthday.
This is to you being home.
Cheers. For the family, you got to do something. Is what I mean. You know, like you and your wife. I don't know.
I know what you mean, Tommy. And
Yeah.
we're so
23?
24, but look at the size, Tommy.
It's a
1.75, yeah.
That's a handle chug, right?
Yep. So Tommy, to kind of fill you in,
I got a 23.
he's got a 23 handle.
I don't want to open it though.
Yeah.
This is going to go to my brother, and so when I come back in like 2 years, then we're going to crack this.
Yeah, Tommy, the 23 is better. Do you not have?
Oh yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Do you not have another one?
No, I did. I had another 175. I already
you
drank
had
it.
a 20. Have you ever had a 20? Okay. So
I had another. I bought two. They had two 2023 175s. I bought them.
place around here that might still have some 23s, and I'm gonna grab as many as I can. You have to take
Hey, if
Yeah,
you
I'm
get
gonna-
any more, Ben, if you get any more, let me know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mark.
So, to make it more sentimental and make it special and all that stuff, was talking to the wife about the smash cake, and I was like, I don't want you to go to the local grocery store.
fucking smash cake.
I was like, I don't want you to go to Walmart or something and get a smash cake for our boy. I want you to find something that has minimal ingredients, homemade, that's not going to be freaking bad for him with high fructose corn syrup and stuff. Try to make a cake that is going to be not terrible for him health-wise, but something that he can still smash up and enjoy and get in his hair and stuff. And so on his birthday, day before yesterday, we tried her not prototype, but her experimental one.
Yeah.
To where she made like a minimal ingredient banana bread, to where there was only like 3 or 4 ingredients in this banana bread. And then she took
You don't need that ingredients to make an amazing banana bread.
Yeah.
and so she made a frosting out of strawberries and stuff that was very minimal ingredients, and made a cake out of that we tried together as a family. And
Oh,
so
that's
she's going to make a cake like that to be his smash cake for his party. And so, like, we've put a lot of thought into it, Tommy, but I appreciate you bringing that up.
Can I tell a quick
It's just
smash
special,
cake
dude. That's just
story?
special.
Yeah, it's super special. Yeah.
Why
absolutely.
I hate smash cakes? So I had just this abode of mine, my little condo that is my home in New York that I purchased, that I own. I had just got all new wood floors put in, right? And we had I had like a home. I guess kind of it was a Jewish holiday, but it was also kind of like a
Housewarming, yeah.
But it was kind of like a combo job, and it was also my nephew's first birthday. And so my sister takes him with a little blue icing smash cake, blue frosting smash cake. And so right over there is my kitchen with tile floors, right?
Mm-hmm.
She puts him down 2 feet outside the tile floors on the brand new wood floors that I had made. And he does the smash cake on that. And for about 2 years, I'm pulling blue frosting out of the cracks
of the
wood floor.
Dude.
So, Mark, everybody knows I'm moving back to Okinawa, Japan.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah, we're waiting for the hand deliveries. Yeah.
Well, we're prepping to
Tommy,
move, but we realized we have so many photographs. So we went through and kind of painstakingly digitalized a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just heartbreaking then to do what? Throw the photos away. Because,
put them at your brothers.
Huh?
Put them at your brothers.
No, I didn't want to give them all kinds of shit. Because, nobody's going to look at them. Nobody's going to want it. But they're digitalized, so we have them. So I don't need a hard copy anymore. But just kind of was killer.
Yeah.
Throwing things, throwing these pictures away, which because you can see them in your hand and stuff like that. It's different to me.
I still owe you a handle
for
that.
But
what's up, Shredder?
Yeah,
Good to see you, buddy.
Stuff like that is what I'm talking about, sentimental wise. Because
you kept some of them, right?
Yeah,
I did keep some. Yes, I did keep some. I physically have some that I'm going to put in the mail and ship over there. But there were so many of them, and we had so many photo albums. So actually, Ben, I did give my brother a bunch of photo albums.
All right, but did you back now that you digitalize them? Are they backed up in more than one place? If not, we should talk about that. That we kind of.
You know what? Unfortunately, I didn't do that before my wife left. So yeah, they're on her laptop. But I have a bunch. I have a bunch on my laptop too, and I have a bunch on a couple extra hard drives.
No, but Tommy, once you're even over there, I could help you put it in like one or two other places in the cloud.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good to go with the cloud, and I've got a little hard drive cloner and shit like that. So
okay, that's what I'm saying.
And I got spare hard drives.
If that's your only records of your kids' photos and stuff like that, you need to have it in multiple places. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I know. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, hard drives can get corrupted and whatnot.
They can. I got a couple, or I got one static drive.
All right, but we'll talk about that. We can
Yeah.
talk about that offline.
Oh, I got like CDs even, but
Yeah. Warning:
or
CDs degrade.
DVDs, I guess.
Well, that's fine. DVDs, CDs, the burned ones they've been finding are degrading.
Are they really?
Oh, really?
They don't last forever like they thought they would. No, they
Well,
don't.
Holy crap.
It is what it has been, but I'm not going to live forever. So yeah.
DMC is still in the house. He's up late.
Hey, cheers, buddy.
Yeah, he's up late over there. Hey, it's good to see you, buddy. I'm glad you're still here.
Access
I
to
think I
it.
need a prescription. I don't know though. Anyway,
I'm just
All right,
saying,
guys,
kids
so,
are gonna need to.
Hold on. We're going to take it to the backstage. I'm going to play taps to close out the night. I appreciate you guys going through talking about these military subjects. And the AAR, very important. I'm going to try to make some military history news on a monthly basis happen because I completely agree with you guys. That would be really engaging and fun. And we talked about more promotion and limiting what we want. All right, so great subjects tonight. If you guys want to join in the backstage shenanigans, any of you guys watching us live, click the join button, and I'm not going to add you live. I'll add you in after Taps is played. But any of you guys that have any closing comments, now is your time.
I just want to know if we got a new Taps this month or if it's a one you've done before.
It's the one we did for the first time last month.
Okay, that's a good one.
That's a freaking good one.
Cheers.
Anybody else got anything?
cheers.
Hey,
Enjoy
cheers.
life every day.
Hey, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. Reach out to your friends, your family members, your partners, everybody in your life. If there are veterans in your life that need somewhere to go, that don't have people that they can connect with, bring them over to the Warriors and Whiskey Veterans Whiskey Club community because there are ambassadors in almost every major city that would love to bring you into their fold and spend some time getting to know you.
Hell yeah.
And without further ado,
Even
like
like
I said, any of you guys watching live, if you want to join in the backstage, you got to do it right meow. Thank you guys for being here, and we will see you next month.
thank you, Mark.
Yeah, buddy.